Kerrville. Both of those schools have been instrumental in putting on NHI programs in Texas and have hosted students from not just Texas, but from all over the US and from other countries. I also want to thank our corporate sponsor, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has been a longtime partner of NHI and has been instrumental in helping us to keep our programs running over several years. I also would like to take a moment and thank our parents. So thank you, parents, for letting your kids spend a couple of days staring at the computer so that they could participate in this part of our program. We have a few more days to go, but it will be, I think, a intellectually stimulating and challenging opportunity for them. And I think you'll see that they do get a lot of benefit out of it. We also want to thank our school partners. There are school districts and other school organizations like IDEA Public Schools who invest resources to help kids participate in these types of leadership experiences. We also have to thank the members of our NHI community, our volunteer project administrators, our trustees, our staff volunteers and alumni who all contribute from of their time and resources to help present these programs to our young people. We could not do them without all of the volunteers, both local in the community and who come to the programs, who give of themselves to create this opportunity for young people. I also want to recognize our board of trustees. NHI is happy and pleased to say that almost every single person on our board of trustees started as a participant in one of our youth leadership programs. And so when we talk about building future leaders for the community, that's what we're doing. And we're making sure that we put people into leadership roles within the community because that's what we're training them to do. I also want to give a big thank you to the NHI headquarters team who have worked tirelessly over the past year and a half under very, very difficult and challenging circumstances to present these programs, to come up with ways to keep giving opportunities to young people, even though we couldn't do it in person. Big thanks to Ernest Nieto and Gloria de Leon, the founders of NHI, to Nicole, Julio, Chris, and all of the summer interns, Jareth, Brianna, Devani, Sophie, who've been with us these past couple of days, and all the other staff who put so much work and effort into making the programs run. At this time, I'd like to pass it back over to Mr. Julio Cotto, who is a staff member at the Institute and has been here for many years and who is originally from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, graduate of Boston University and from St. Edward's University. And I'll pass it back to Julio.
Thank you very much, John. And thank you to all, the individuals that John mentioned, especially our sponsors. For those of you that before you logged in, the students got to see some final glimpses and images and messages from our partner institutions, Schreiner University, University of North Texas, and our newer partner this year, Wells Fargo, who's helping us to continue to upgrade and expand and revise a lot of our financial aid and financial decision-making. Just maybe about 30 minutes ago, we heard 8 outstanding presentations, parents. You should have some conversations this evening with your students about finances, about financial aid, about all the different things that they learned. And I think what was great to hear is them starting to make these big adult decisions and starting to really think about the future beyond just the academics, thinking about their life, thinking about their career. And we know that we still have 3 more days of working together. But tonight is about finishing to our commemoration and recognition of the League Series, which is the first half, the first component of the Collegiate World Series program in CWSx. We've been able to do this because of the help and support of colleges and universities that despite the pandemic, despite the transitions that we've all been working through at home through these screens and from our couches, our bedrooms, our offices, we had some outstanding college partners, and we want to take a moment to recognize them. Austin College, our host, who in just a few days will be the home to the Texas LDZ this summer 2021. There hasn't been an LDZ since 2019, but Austin College will be our host and our annual partner of the Sherman, the Texas Great Debate. Our coach is Sandra Hoover. Hank, thank you so much. Baylor University coach Emma Valle, who's also an NHI alumna. Congratulations for being a part of this for so many years, not just as a student, but now as a coach, and helping us to kind of forge these two sides of your journey with NHI and the Collegiate World Series. The University of California, Berkeley, Coach Trey Moore, thank you so much for being with us. California, Berkeley, a lot of new opportunities that we are starting to work on with them, so keep your eye on the NHI Berkeley relationship. Colby College, thank you, Jenna Hill. We know that she was involved last year with some of our webinars and panels, and this year she got to be a coach. And just the one thing I heard is just Jenna gave such great feedback and such great conversations in that room. So thank you, Colby. Thank you, Jenna. Rhodes College, longtime NHI partner, Piyush Kumar, thank you so much. A first-time coach, but rolled up his sleeves, had his headset ready to go. Thank you, Rhodes, for being with us and sharing your insight with the students. Local favorite, one of my alma mater, St. Edward's University. Jackie Olvera, thank you for being with us. St. Edward's, always an outstanding partner, actually home to a lot of NHI programs in the past. Students from St. Edward's and the camp program that Jackie works with. A lot of history with NHI and St. Edward's and the camp program. So thank you for being with us as a coach here at the CWS. Texas Tech University. What can we say about the Red Raiders? Every year, whether we're in person or online, you're going to see Texas Tech making a big representation at the CWS. Thank you, Brian, for being with us. And the University of South Alabama, Coach Crystal Garcia, who's been with us since she was with another previous institution, went to Alabama and continued the relationship with NHI and helping us to offer opportunities for students in the Southeast. So thank you so much to our coaches. And with that, I am going to pass it back to John, I believe, or Jareth. I know one of the two of them has the next announcement.
I do. So before we get into the awards, I just wanted to recap, and more so for the parents who may be watching, kind of what we learned this past couple of days. We went through different aspects of the college admissions process with an eye towards approaching it from a personal narrative mindset. So we talked about your resume. In your college admissions, you're always going to have to submit a resume, and it's how to shape your personal narrative, your personal brand, and to quickly highlight your accomplishments. And you can approach it in a way that lets you tell the story the way you want it, that lets you put the things that are important to you in the front so that you can make sure that those are the things that stand out. We talked about the essay. We spent time working on those. We spent a good bit of time working on them so that you can work on how to tell a unique personal story that says something about who you are, that conveys a message and leaves a memorable impression, something that goes beyond just the scores and the list of activities in your application. We talked about the interview. We practiced how to make an impression face to face with somebody and to use your words and demeanor to move somebody or to shape how your story gets told. The application, and again, this is kind of the centerpiece of your process, but it's not just filling in a form. It is, what are the things that you want to put on there? What order are you going to put them in? How are you going to use that particular part of the process to tell your story and share who you are as a person? And then the financial decision-making exercise we did kind of was an introduction to some real-world challenges. These are issues that you're going to have to face as you move into going to college and becoming an adult. You have to start to learn to prioritize, decide where you're going to spend your money and how you can start saving and how to not get yourself in too much debt. All of those are issues that all of us have had to face growing up and over the years. And it's just things that you need to be prepared to deal with as you become young adults. But there were other things that we learned beyond that. I started out yesterday by talking about part of this process is getting to know who you are as an individual and reflecting on, the things that you stand for, the things you believe, the things you want to represent to the world. And it's not just getting into college. This is a crucial part of being a leader. You have to be able to tell people who you are if they're going to have faith and confidence to place you into a leadership role and to follow you. We talked about how to grow your network of peers and professionals. This is how you got to know other team members, other school people who are in school where you are, who you may continue to contact with throughout your college and professional lives. Michelle Saenz, who is our board, Michelle Saenz Rodriguez, who's our board chair, we met when we were 16 years old back in 1983, and we still have that connection 38 years later. And so, this is an opportunity for you to start to form relationships that are going to last for a long time. We learned how to collaborate in a digital space. This was a challenging program in that you had to learn how to work together without actually being in the same room. And that has been a challenge. And then you had to learn how to think creatively sometimes, both in terms of coming up with solutions to the issues, but also to how you present things. So this has all been part of a larger exercise in terms of helping you get to that next phase in your life, but also how to develop the skills that are going to serve you as future community leaders. Part of the training at NHI involves putting young people into leadership roles and letting them be the ones who actually run the program. And so I'm going to pass it over to our tournament director, Jareth Quintero, who's going to introduce the staff, and then we're going to start talking about some of the awards for today. So I'm going to pass it over to Jareth.
Okay, thank you so much, John. So good afternoon to everybody. Buenas tardes. My name is Xavier Lopez, and I am the TD for CWSx2 Part 1. And so before we begin, I want to give a special thanks to my senior mentors who were always constantly ready to score and always submitting the ballots on time to make sure that every individual participant was able to receive a good score for this competition. So a special thanks to Brianna Pico, to Julissa Garcia, to Sophie Regales, to Melissa Flores, to Brianna Maestas, to Devani Guerrero, Xavier Logan, Natalie Medina, Yulisa Rodriguez, Stephanie Aranda, and Marco Guadina. And as well as a special thanks to the coaches once again, who were always able to be flexible throughout this program. And as well as a special thanks to Anel Borque, who is actually the Zoom, who's been the person in charge of the Zoom stuff aspect here of the production and the technical stuff. So here for NHI headquarters. So let's move on to the actual rankings of people. Of the participants, and as well who is the final winner of this part 1 for CWSx2. So who's excited? Can I please see everyone in the chat get hype and make sure you represent your team? I need to know who is here present live. Everybody, where's everybody at? Okay, come on. Okay, so here we have first we're going to present the top 10 major leaguers. So if I can have that screen shared, please. Okay. So here we have. So then here is for some background. The top 10 major leaguers were calculated through the scoring of the mentors and as well as the coaches, is through the individual points, through the submissions that each participant submitted through Moodle and as well shared with the coaches. And so to get started in no particular order. Your first major leaguer is, and can I get some drum roll, please? Well, shared with the coaches. And so, and get started in no particular order. It's Alejandra Leal. Major leaguer is, so congratulations to Alejandra. Next up is with the coaches. And so, and get started in no particular order. It's Alejandra Leal. Major leaguer is, and then Helen Salas, who is from team. Next up, Austin College, congratulations. Next up, and get started in no particular order. It's Jesus San Miguel from Baylor University. And Helen Salas, who is from team. Next up, Austin College, congratulations. Next up, and get started in Okay, so congratulations to Lauren Alejia from Texas Tech University. Next up for top 10 major leaguer is Marta Robledo from the team Baylor University. Congratulations. Next up is Mia Warren from the team Austin College. And then it's Maria Longoria Seria from the team St. Edward's University. Congratulations. And then we have Nathaniel Lara from Rhodes College. Congratulations, Nathan. And next up, we have Christopher Munoz from the team Baylor University. Congratulations oh, and as well, my apologies to Eric Torres, who is from the team Rhodes College. So then, once again, congratulations to the top 10 major league scores. So here, towards the end of, well, the overall competition, actually, before we get to each team was asked to submit a name for a team MVP, and essentially this is someone who the coaches and as well as the senior mentors saw essentially be a participant or a player in the team who constantly was engaging with the participants, with the coach, with the mentors, was bringing new ideas, new conversations to the group, and was always just outgoing and making sure that everybody was on the right path. So to begin with, we have, in no particular order once again, is Lillian Salas from Austin College. Congratulations, Lillian. Next up, we have Marta Robledo from Baylor University. Congratulations. Then next, we have Apolline Brossard from the team University of California, Berkeley. Next up, we have Tere Castro from Colby College, the team. And we have Nathaniel Lara from the team Rhodes College. Congratulations. And then we have Jesus Berlanga from the team University of South Alabama. Congratulations. Then we have Melissa Tariq Rodriguez from the team St. Edward's University. Congratulations to you, Melissa. And then next up, we have Lauren Leja from Texas Tech University. Congratulations to all the MVP participants who were chosen. And so here's another special thank you to the university coaches. We have Sandra Hoover, thank you, from Austin College. And then we have Emma Valle, thank you so much. Then we have Trey Moore, Jenna Hill, Piyush Kumar, Cristal Garcia, thank you. And then Jacqueline Olvera. And then we have Brian Ibarra. So then here comes the end of the competition, and this is where we find out. We're gonna find out the top three teams of who scored most. And these scorings were based on each team essentially selecting one team member to represent them in each of the games that John has explained, from the essay to the application process. So who's excited to find out if you made it to top three? If I can see in the chat, please. Who's excited? Teams, where are y'all, teams? I need to see the teams. Teams, anybody? Come on, guys, come on, teams. I need to see the teams. So then, who's ready? So for the top three teams of the CWSx2 are Texas Tech University, University of South Alabama, and the University of California, Berkeley. Congrats to you for being the top three. So it's after that, we're going to find out who's the team champion. So who do y'all think is the winner from those three? Can I see in the chat? Who do you think is going to be the overall winner? Okay, so then in 3, 2, 1, and the champion is the University of South Alabama. Congratulations. The coach is Cristal Garcia. The senior mentors, Brianna Maestas. And the members are Jesus Berlanga, Helen Canales, Annie Mesa, and Elena Rojas. Congratulations once again to the University of South Alabama team. and to end from my end, from my part, it was a pleasure to serve as your TD for this program. Thank you, John and Julio, for having me here, and it was amazing getting to know the coaches and as well as the senior mentors and being able to work with them. Thank you. For this program, thank you, John and Julio, for having me here, and it was amazing.
Thanks, Jareth.
To know the coaches.
So congratulations, University of South Alabama. Good job. And congratulations really to everybody. I think y'all did a great job with all of the different events. I was able to look at some of the essays and to sit in on some of the discussions. And I think you're all in really good shape heading into the fall with your college applications. So I do want to take some time to thank some of our other staff members who have been working behind the scenes to get this program up and running. Brianna Pico, who's a graduate of Texas A&M, who's originally from the Rio Grande Valley. Sophie DeGales, who's from Maryland. She's a student at the University of Chicago, and she's a JFL intern this summer. Brianna Maestas, who is originally from Colorado, and is also a student at the University of Chicago, and she's a JFL intern this summer. Devani Guerrero from Houston. She's a student at Sewanee, the University of the South, and she is an intern this summer. Xavier Lopez, who's originally alumnus from the Bronx. He's a graduate of Mercy College. Natalie Medina, who's a student at Houston Community College, originally from Houston, Texas. And Ulissa Rodriguez, who's going to be an incoming student at Texas A&M University Honors Program in Laredo. Thank you all so much for all the work you've done to make this program successful. And we couldn't do it without you. And like I said, this is a long-standing tradition at NHI for people, young people, to come in and play instrumental roles in making these programs work. I do have to thank our operations staff, Anel Borca, who's originally from Torreon, Mexico, who is a JFL intern at the office. She's been the behind the scenes person, making sure that all of the technology is working. She runs the slideshows and has been the person behind the NHI HQ persona on the Zoom calls. Also want to thank Jasmine Lopez, who's our National Stay Safe Officer, who helped with day one, and Veronica Martinez, who's an NHI intern, who's been providing technical support for the past couple of days as well. Now, this is, like we talked about earlier, this is the end of the first part of this, but we still have more to do. We're going to come back tomorrow, and Julio's going to talk to you a little bit. This is really kind of just halftime, because there's a lot more program to do, and Julio's going to talk to you a little bit about that.
Thank you. And congratulations. And I just want to echo, John and Jareth and everybody, especially to our JFL interns, especially those from the University of Chicago and Sewanee, who they're our first class, actually our second class of virtual interns. And at first, who would have, 10 years ago, that would have been like, no way. But they've done an outstanding job working with kids. So thank you again. Shout out to the JFLs, who we have a few more weeks of the summer to continue. But tomorrow, one of the things that we learned last year when we did CWSx is that one of the big pieces of feedback was, man, we got a lot of great info. We had a lot of one-on-one time. We had a lot of really personalized attention, albeit through Zoom, but we didn't really get to meet all the coaches. So tomorrow morning, we're going to make sure that you have your time, your moment with every coach. We are going to make sure that your team will be visited. We're going to publish on Discord in a few hours, and it'll be there early in the morning. You'll be able to see the schedule. And so what will happen is you'll be in your Zoom breakout rooms with your team, and then we will actually rotate the coaches, and they will rotate 7 times. So that way you will have plenty of time to actually get a chance to visit with each coach that came here, all different types of schools, large public institutions, large private institutions, East Coast, West Coast, liberal arts, you name it. We have a really great collection of colleges to learn from, even here in Texas, in the Southeast. So definitely take advantage, come with your questions, do a little research on the schools that are with us, if you, on the schools that weren't your coach, and also start to open up that workbook and starts going through the PDF and start making sure that you start to get prepared, because this is halftime. We're making a shift tomorrow. After lunch, we are shifting to the beginning of the thought series. There's a whole another competition that's going to start. There are 5 new teams that are going to be born tomorrow afternoon. For those of you that won this evening, do know that you will have a trophy and a championship shirt sent to your home shortly in a few weeks. Jareth is actually the intern in charge of making sure that gets to your home. Our championship coach will also be getting that sent to their office. But the thought series also is another competition. So we're starting over. We're in part 2. We have a lot more to do. Start going through the thought series in your workbook. Start preparing questions for the coaches tomorrow morning. And after lunch, before we dive into the thought series and get started, we are going to have that opportunity to have that real talk with the mentors. And you are going to get to now ask your questions about college and the transition and money and all the things we spoke about from the student perspective, from the recent college graduate perspective. So there's still a lot in store. Thank you so much to everyone who's taken part in just these first 2 days, but halftime. And now I'm going to pass it back to John.
Okay, well, thanks, Julio. So that's it for today. We will see you guys tomorrow at 9. We'll open up the room about 8:30, just like today. I think they've got some more stuff to color if y'all want to do that. But tomorrow's is your last day to spend time with your coaches, so take advantage of that. Really, like Julio said, think of what questions you want to ask coaches from other schools who you didn't get to work with, and then think about what you want to ask all of your senior mentors about that transition to college and the process that you're going to go through. They just did. So other than that, I think that's it for today. Good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Have a great night.